Yeah, any doubts or questions you have? Otherwise, boys, girls, I want to tell you something very, very important and useful. I have given you a material like this in our Telegram page. This is very good. This has been prepared by that exam B. I just went through their website and I came across all these things. This about 37 pages material, but it contains a lot of good points which we are not aware of. Yeah. So did you see this? Soumya, did you see this? No. Ravi Teja, did you see this? No. Ankur Singh, have you seen this? No. Apo, have you seen this? No. Have you seen this?
Yes, sir.
Acha, who has seen that? Soumya.
Sir, yes, sir.
Soumya, very good. Soumya, very good. Did you go through this to some extent?
Yes, sir. I went to up to, sir, 3-4 pages. I went.
3-4 pages.
Yes.
So,
sir, it is used, sir. I think it is like 30-35 or something pages, sir. I think
37 pages. It is really very, very useful material. यहाँ पर दिया है, who is the chairman of Central Board of Direct Taxes? Who is the chairman of Central Board of Direct Taxes? It is given in that book paper. The name of the chairman is Nitin Gupta. Nitin Gupta, who is the chairman of Central Board of Indirect Taxes Customs, CBIC. Chairman is Vivek Jori. Or should I show it to you? Better let it be a class instead of an interview. You can see that, boys, girls. Soumya, please see this. Central Board of Direct Taxes, Headquarters, New Delhi, Chairman Nitin Gupta. Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, Chairman Vivek Jori. Controller of General Accounts, CGA, is the Department of Expenditure. Ministry of Finance is the principal accounting advisor to Government of India and is responsible for establishing and maintaining technically sound management accounting system. The Office of GCA prepares monthly and annual analysis of expenditure, revenues, borrowings, and various fiscal indicators for the Union government. Controller of General Accounts, Headquarters, New Delhi. Please note, CGA is SS Dubai. SS Dubai. Please note down, today you have known 3 names. 1, Nitin Gupta. 2, Vivek Jori. 3rd, SS Dubai. Next point, Soumya, please read this. Credit card spend.
yes, sir. Credit card spends touch all-time high of rupees 1.37 trillion in March RBI data. According to the data shown by the Reserve Bank of India, credit card spends touched an all-time high of rupees 1.37 trillion in March 2023, driven by discretionary spending. It is for the 13th consecutive month that credit card spends have topped the rupees 1 trillion mark. The banking industry added about 1.93 million credit card in March, taking the outstanding credit card base to 85.3 million cards. The net credit card addition in March were a bit higher than 1.5 million cards that were being added every month last financial year. Among large players, Axis Bank recorded a 54% jump in spends over February, followed by ICICI Bank, which record over 20% growth. HDFC Bank's spends increased by 14% and SBI card saw an increase of 11% during this period. Learning along, SBI card headquarter, Gurugram, CEO Rama Mohan Rao Amara.
Please read last one, SBI card.
Headquarter Gurugram, and then CEO is Rama Mohan Rao Amara.
Rama Mohan Rao Amara.
Amara. Yes.
Amara.
Amara.
Good. Ravi Teja. Ravi Teja,
Yes,
Ravi
sir.
Teja, please come here. IMF sees combined debt to GDP ratio rising for 4 years starting financial year 24. Please read this. In its latest
Okay. In its latest fiscal monitor report, the IMF showed that India's combined debt to GDP ratio, central plus states, will rise to 83.2% in financial year 24 and will hit a high of 83.8% in financial year 27 before it starts to moderate. The IMF projected that India's combined fiscal deficit, central plus states, which hit a high of 12.9% in financial year 21, will continue to moderate to touch 7.6% in financial year 29. IMF headquarters is in Washington, D.C., United States. MD is Kristalina Georgieva. Debt to GDP ratio is the ratio between how much a country owes and how much it produces to pay off the debt. It's an indicator that's used to gauge a nation's economic health and how well it is paying off its debts. Usually, a low debt to GDP ratio indicates a healthy economy with minimal debt.
yeah. See,
IMF cuts
no,
financial year
listen,
24 India
listen,
growth forecast to
listen. Actually,
5.9%
wait,
as global banking crisis increases.
wait. Actually, the reason for this is popularity. Governments want to become popular. So one government gives 100 unit free. Another government gives 200 units free electricity. One government gives 1,000 rupees to women. Another government increases it to 2,000 rupees. So these are all popularity measures done with a view to getting good name. So that is why the expenditure is rising. Apart from that, country is improving. Lot of new roads are being constructed. New metro rails are being constructed. New housing complexes are created. New industries are set up. So that is why there is more of expenditure happening. Now, Ravi Teja, continue. IMF
Yes, sir.
cuts.
IMF cuts financial year 24 India growth forecast to 5.9% as global banking crisis increases. The International Monetary Fund has slashed its economic growth forecast for India by 20 basis points to 5.9% for the year 2023-24. In its latest biannual World Economic Outlook, the IMF projected India's retail inflation to ease to 4.9% in financial year 24 from 6.7% in financial year 23, and the current account deficit to come down to 2.2% of GDP from an estimated 2.6% a year ago. In purchasing power parity terms, India's growth in per capita output is set to decelerate to 4.9% in financial year 24 from 5.8% in financial year 23.
Learn a lot.
Retail inflation. Retail inflation. The CPI monitors retail prices at a certain level for a particular commodity. Price movement of goods and services at rural, urban, and all India levels. The change in price index over a period of time is referred to as CPI-based inflation or retail inflation. Gross domestic product or GDP. It is a monetary measure of the market value of all the final goods and services produced in a specific time period. Current account deficit, CAD. It's a shortfall between the money received by selling products to other countries and the money spent to buy goods and services from other countries.
Good. Now, very good. Next, we will go to Ankur. Ankur Ji.
Sure.
Ankur?
India's economic growth projection to decelerate to 6% in 2023 from 6.6 in 2020 by UN. The UN Trade and Development Conference, UNCTAD, its latest trade and development report showed that economic growth is projected to be declared to 6%.
No, wait. Hello. It should be pronounced as decelerate.
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 Decelerate to 6% in 2023 from 6.6% in 2022. UNCTAD also expects global growth in 2023 to drop to 2.1% compared to 2.2 projected in the September 2022, assuming the financial fallout from higher interest rate is contained to the bank's runs and bailouts of first quarter. Learn and learn. Retail inflation
No.
falls.
ये पढ़ो ना.
United Nation Conference on Trade and Development, Headquarters Geneva, Secretary General Rebecca Greenspan. Retail inflation fall to 15%, low to 5.66% in March on easing price pressure.
This is useful for your interview. Please read. Yes, according to
data released by National Statistical Office, the consumer price index.
Properly pado. National
Statistical Office, the consumer price index based on inflation was 5.66%, rural 5.51%, and urban 5.89% in March, down from 6.44% in February due to continued moderation in food, fuel, housing, and service prices. Headline inflation claim within Reserve Bank of India (RBI's) upper tolerance limit on inflation for the first time in 2023. NSO headquarters, New Delhi, Chairperson Rajivan Lakshman Karanatka.
Rajiva Lakshman Karandikar. N is not there. Please read. National Statistical Office.
National Statistical Office, headed by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, the primary function of the Nation Statistics Office to collect, compile, and release official statistics that are produced.
Hello, you're reading wrongly. You are not pronouncing statistics. Statistical. You are not able to do it correctly. Practice karo aur ek bar padho. The National Statistical Office.
The National Statistics.
See, it is like this, that is known as tongue twisters. She sells. There is one. She sells seashells on the seashore. ये बोलना बहुत मुश्किल है.
She sells on seashore.
No. She sells seashells on the seashore. On the seashore. हाँ, ये तो बोलना मुश्किल है. But here और एक बार पढ़ो ना. National Statistical Office.
National is. I'm getting nervous.
Nervous. ठीक है. वो छोड़ दो उसको. Come to this one. India's industrial production.
India's industrial production rises 5.6 in February versus 5.2 in January. Yeah. According to data released by NSO, India's industrial production growth rose marginally to 5.6% in February from 5.5% in January 2023, mainly due to good performance of the power, mining, and manufacturing sector. The data also showed that the manufacturing sector output increased by 5.3% in February 2023. The mining output rose 4.6% and power generation surged 8.2% during the month under review. The index of industrial production is an index of India which detailed out the growth of various sectors and economies such as mineral mining, electricity, and manufacturing.
Good. Thank you. Ankur Singh over. Then Realme X2. It is Vyas, na? Vyas?
Yes, sir. Vyas.
Vyas, please read. Vyas, what have you studied about Karnataka Bank in the recent?
Sir, I've read about Karnataka Bank in their website, and banking awareness I have studied, sir.
Karnataka Bank, did you read their website?
Yes, sir. I have read about something in the website, sir.
Acha, I will ask some questions. Let me see whether you are answering. Okay. Who is the present MD?
Sir, like Shekhar Rao, he's an MD, like interim MD and CEO.
Good. Can you name different digital banking channels of our what is
Yes,
that?
sir. Like Karnataka.
Karnataka Bank, yeah.
Sir, they have WhatsApp banking, SMS banking, and mobile app, mobile plus Karnataka mobile plus app, and QR code for merchant payment remittance, and Karnataka BIM UPI app. These are the digital products offered by the Karnataka Bank, sir.
You can also mention about ATM e-lobby.
E-lobby, yes, sir. ATM e-lobby. Sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
Then you can mention about cards.
Cards.
That is debit card, credit card. Then IVR facilities.
So does debit cards come under digital product?
Yeah. It's a digital product only. Cards, let us click that cards and see what they are telling. Let us click that cards and see what they are telling. Yeah, it is only Visa card and all that is coming. Yeah. Debit and credit cards will be included under that. It is a digital.
So debit card and credit card will be included under digital product.
Digital
in
bank.
general.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Good.
I'm not aware of it.
Yeah. That is why I'm telling you. Good. Very good. Now what is your name?
Yes.
Vyas, continue reading from
Yes, sir.
here.
Canara Bank. Canara Bank Bharat Bill Pay tie-up for cross-border bill payments for Indian diaspora in Oman. Canara Bank and NPC.
Diaspora means what? Diaspora means
NRI, like people of non-resident.
People
good. Of Indian origin.
Very good. Good. Continue.
Canara Bank and NPCI Bharat Bill Pay Limited have tied up for the launch of cross-border inward bill payment services for Indian based in Oman. NRIs can now leverage the robust platform offered by the Bharat Bill Payment System to make bill payments on behalf of their families through the Musandam exchange. Land along Canara Bank headquarters is Bangalore. Executive Director is Satyanarayana Raju. National Payment Corporation of India is an umbrella organization for all retail payments in India. It was set up with the guidance and support of the Reserve Bank of India and Indian Banks Association. It is headquartered in Mumbai and MD and CEO is Dilip Asbe. BP Bharat Bill Payment System is an interoperable platform for bill payment, and the scope and the coverage of BPPS extends to all categories of billers who raise recurring bills. It was launched by NPCI. City Union Bank launches voice biometrics for logging into mobile banking app. City Union Bank Limited has launched a facility through which customers can now use voice biometric authentication for logging into their mobile banking app. Now, customer of City Union Bank will be protected from fraudsters since voice biometric cannot be compromised like PIN, OTP. Recorded voice and mimicked voice will be rejected.
Acha. That is why. See, somebody records your voice and uses it, it will not be accepted. Mimicked voice also will be rejected. But
we cannot like we do not really know how much it works, sir.
Mimic our people can mimic exactly.
Yes, sir.
There are some people who can mimic exactly. There was one Tamil our parent இறந்து போனார் இப்ப கூட ரீசெண்டா மைல் சாமியா.
So Miles, he's a mimicry artist.
Yeah, a mimicry artist. Continue. A Chennai-based
startup, Ms. Kaizen Secure Voice Private Limited, in association with the 5G Use Case Lab of the Institute for Development and Research in Banking Technology, IDRBT, with the support of the Department of Telecommunications and Department of Financial Services, Government of India, have developed this technology. City Union Bank, headquartered Kumbakonam, CEO Dr. N. Kamakodi. The market share of PSU General Insurers shrinks 800 BPS.
Before that, let me tell you, I hope all of you are aware. I think some new job openings have come. One is Federal Bank internship. Some people may like it, some people may not like it. And I think there is one more IRDAI that you can try off. There is one more, what is that? Another one?
ECGC.
ECGC has come for PO.
But but technical, sir, not for specialized category, not for generalists.
Okay, that is there. Then I think one more, Agriculture Insurance Corporation, 40 vacancies. I'm not sure whether last date is over.
I think that got over, sir.
That got over. In fact,
Yes, sir.
you know how funny it was. Only 4 people came to me for that agriculture insurance, and 3 people got selected. Oh God. That was something really great. It used to be like that with our federal bank earlier also.
It's not funny. It's only because of you, sir.
No, not that way. In my last time in Federal Bank, nearly 300 candidates came and 140 plus got selected. 140 plus got selected. That's really great. Karnataka Bank, of course, last time nearly 150 to 200 came. Only 25 could get selected and 5 people came under waiting list. Last time under Karnataka Bank.
Sir, this time, how many from Karnataka Bank came to you, sir?
Only very few. Only very few. I think I can touch the number and tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you only are there. But still, I am conducting because many candidates, they come and join in the last minute only. That is one reason. Second reason, I am not having any other work. That is also another reason. Otherwise, I will not be conducting. If more interviews come, then I will ask you to observe the interview only. So only 5 of you have come. If some of you are members in other groups, kindly pass on the message to them. Let them come. Let them come. But I don't know. People are fearing about the money I am charging possibly. That may be the reason. But still, you tell like that. Good. CEO N Kamakoti. A point came to my mind because this City Union Bank and all, their pay packet is very low. Very low. Compared to other banks, they are not paying IBA salary also. Only Federal Bank and South Indian Bank, they are paying IBA salary.
Sir, and one more doubt, sir. What makes that bank to enter into IBA norms, and some banks are not in IBA norms? What makes them to enter into the association?
No. See, all of them are members of association.
Yes, sir.
IBA. But in terms of salary, some banks have the audacity to say, we will not follow your salary. They will tell on the pretext, maybe we will give a better salary for our people. Say in banks like ICICI, Axis Bank, what is the other bank, HDFC Bank and all, people will not, neighbor will not know what the first person is getting salary. See, A will not know what B is getting,
Yes.
similar to what is happening in IT companies. Not
Yes,
nowadays. Sir. Earlier it was so. So that way they want to keep it secret. So much so they reduce the salary also to a large extent.
So can like Karnataka Bank or Federal Bank at any point of in future, can they also say like that?
Yeah, I forgot about Karnataka Bank. Yeah, they can do so. They can do so. Karnataka Bank, or it happened not recently, 3-4 years back, Lakshmi Vilas Bank.
Yes, sir.
That bank came out of IBA system because the basic reason is loss. They were incurring loss. See, when the directors, they start giving money to people who don't deserve it, and they start building their own personal reserves, the bank will go into doldrums. That is what happened in the case of Lakshmi Vilas Bank, which has subsequently taken over by the DBS Bank from Singapore. And they are not paying IBS salary. They are paying only CTC. They say some CTC, total compensation amount only.
Cost to the company.
Yeah, cost to the company. Good. Very good. You what did
Sir, MSc Genomics.
Good. Nalla sonna. Cost to the company. So that's how they do it. So Karnataka Bank can also afford to do
that. Means we are not guaranteed that we'll get the same amount at any future of time.
Nothing is guaranteed in this world. Look, sir. In 1969, I joined Indian Bank when it was, say, I applied when it was a private sector bank, 100% private sector bank in the month of May. May 4th was the date on which I wrote the exam, 1969. Then July 1969, bank became nationalized bank, because in those days, those banks which had a deposit of 50 crore and above were nationalized. Indian Bank had at that time, if I am not wrong, somewhere around 84 crores or so. So it was nationalized. I joined bank on that date. There was no uniform salary even among nationalized banks. So later on, of course, at that time, I think it was there. Say that bipartite settlement came. So we
Yes,
were
sir.
getting same pay. And also for officers, there was not uniform scale. For officers, uniform scale came only in 1977. And there was no pension. In those days, when I joined Indian Bank, I joined only on the understanding I'll be retiring with the contributory provident fund. That means every month the employee will contribute, every month bank will also contribute. That total amount will earn some interest. That much amount will be given back to you when you are retiring. So it came out like that. We agreed and joined, because in those days we were never thinking about pension and all. Afterwards, what happened in 94, 96, this pension system was introduced. So under the pension system, say we are given 50% of the take home pay at the time of retirement.
Yes, sir.
One lacuna in our pension system is that it is not linked to revision. Every time it will not be revised. Like in the case of central government, 6th pay commission, 7th pay commission, whenever the pay commission comes, when the salary of the employees are revised, the pension of the employees also will be revised. Whereas banks, it is not so. But from the year 2010, even public sector banks, they are not giving pension. They are giving you under National Pension Scheme, NPS scheme. So that way, why I am telling, things are changing quite often, and sometimes to our benefit, sometimes to our disadvantage. For example, in 1977, when Pillai committee came, we were all benefited. We got very good increase in salary. Subsequently, what happened when they started introducing norm for promotion in my bank, they introduced a norm that people who were managers for 2 years only will be considered for promotion. In my case, it happened. I was manager for 1 year, 9 months, 11 days. Because I liked teaching, I wanted to come to Chennai, so I opted and I came out. So that put a block on me. And my name was not at all considered for promotion for 5 long years. Sometimes some misfortune happens like this. Then once I switched over to managership, suddenly they changed the rule. There is no need for managership. Everybody will be promoted, considered for promotion. So I stood and I got promotion immediately. So anyway, things happen as they are destined, which are not in our hands. And we always should think of the best in our mind and proceed. Karnataka Bank, other things remaining constant, has been an extremely good bank. That it has been there for over 100 years. Next year it will be 100 years. So let us hope for let us hope for the best. But economy moving, how it moves, how it goes down, and all that, nobody can predict. Okay. Nobody can. Let us wish that it will become nationalized. Why don't you think that way?
Sir, government is doing disinvestment and privatization of banks, sir. How will they nationalize private bank?
That is true. Good question. But I am talking in favor. If at all Karnataka Bank makes good profit and
Yes,
government has an eye on bank, then they can.
So that is impossible, sir. I don't want to be nationalized employee. I just want to be Karnataka private employee with the same amount of IBA salary.
Very good. Anyhow, whatever is going to happen, we don't know. Let us hope for the best. Now, market share. Please read Vyas.
Market share of PSU general insurers shrinks 800 BPS in 5 years, IRDAI. According to the data from Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, the 4 public sector general insurance companies, New India Assurance, United India Assurance, Oriental Insurance, and National Insurance Company have lost 800 basis points in market share in last 5 years to their private counterparts. The latest data shows that at the end of the financial year 23, the market share of these firms cumulatively declined to 32.37%, a drop of 803 basis points. Among the 4 insurers, New India Assurance witnessed a marginal fall in its market share of just 64 basis points and maintained its position as the country's leading general insurer. The other 3, however, witnessed a noticeable downfall in their market standing. Kolkata-based National Insurance Company saw a most downfall in the market share of over 300 basis points, followed by United India Insurance 276 basis points and Oriental Insurance 171 basis points. IRDAI headquartered is Hyderabad and chairperson is Debashish Panda. New India Assurance headquartered in Mumbai. CMD is Neerja Kapoor. United India Assurance headquartered in Chennai. CMD Satyajit Tripathi. Oriental Insurance is headquartered in New Delhi and CMD is RR Singh. National Insurance Company headquartered in Kolkata. CMD is Suchitra Gupta.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. We will go to next Ravi Teja over. Sai Mohana. Sai Mohana.
Good evening. Sir.
Good evening. Acha, I have given you interview time today at 8:30. What is the time now?
Yes, sir.
What is the time now? 9 o'clock.
No, 8:45, sir.
8:45. Yeah. Now you please read this. Later on, we will take your interview. Cost inflation index. Please read.
Okay, sir. Cost inflation index for LTCG tax stands 5.13% higher in financial year 24. The cost inflation index CII used to compute long-term capital gains on various asset classes for the purpose of taxation will stand at 348 for the current financial year, 5.13% higher than the previous years.
Sai Mohana.
The CII notified by the Income Tax Department.
Sai Mohana, why did you leave this one? What is this?
So,
I have given you on the screen. Why did you leave? What is that?
Yes. YOI.
Year on year.
I don't know, sir.
That is why.
Year on year. Okay.
I could know you.
Okay.
It should be year on year. That is now fourth quarter results compared with the fourth quarter of last year. Like that. Year on year. Yeah, continue.
Year on year. Okay.
CII notified.
The CII notified by the Income Tax Department serves as the basis for calculating long-term capital gains on stocks, land, and real assets. Long-term capital gains tax enters for listed equities if the holding period is 1 year, while it is 2 years for non-financial assets such as real estate. The base year of CII is 2001 to 2002. This means that if a property purchased at 1 lakh in 2001 to 2002 is sold in 2023-24, its purchase value will be taken as 3.48 lakh rupees in 2023 to 24, and capital gains would be computed accordingly.
Please
Shall I
read.
continue, sir?
Yeah.
Learn along. Long-term capital gains tax or LTCG tax is the tax levied on the profit generated by an asset such as real estate and shares, which is held for a long time period. The period of holding to be defined as long-term or short-term varies from asset to asset as per the government rules. The gain or profit from selling the asset is classified as capital gain, and hence one needs to pay tax on it in the year that the asset transfer takes place.
Good. Yeah, very good. Thank you. So thank you so much. Now we will go for your interview. Where is that now?
Yes, sir.